Good afternoon, friends and colleagues. I very much regret not being with you in person for what I believe is one of the most important conversations of our time. We're living through deeply challenging times. Climate change, pandemics, social unrest, economic shocks. These crises no longer arrive one at a time. They collide, they compound, and sadly, they persist. And nowhere are their impacts more acutely felt or more powerfully addressed than in our cities. Because today, resilience is not just about bouncing back, it is about moving forward with purpose, with equity, and with health and well-being at the heart of every decision we make. This kind of resilience is built in city streets, town halls, schools and neighbourhoods. It is built by communities and by local leaders who have the courage to do things differently. That is why the well-being economy matters. It challenges us to measure success not only by how fast we grow, but by how well we live, how we care, how we connect and coexist with one another and with our planet. And across Europe, cities are leading the way. They're investing in green spaces, redesigning public spaces with people at the core. They're changing the way we move around to promote health and provide a high-quality, well-connected and inclusive urban environment. And cities are reimagining systems of care and strengthening the social fabric. In a nutshell, visionary city leaders are providing their communities with high-quality urban environments where both people and the planet can thrive. This is not easy work, but it is precisely the kind of leadership we need in this era of permacrisis. At WHO and through the WHO European Healthy Cities Network, we see this momentum building as we move towards Phase 8 of the Healthy Cities programme, with well-being at the centre of the urban agenda. Take Reykjavik, for example, a WHO healthy city and a member of the national network. As an example of what is possible, Reykjavik is breaking down silos, forging new partnerships and embedding health and well-being across planning, policy and local economies. They're doing this because they understand that while resilience begins locally, its impact is global. This same thinking underpins the first ever Pan-European Commission on Climate and Health, which we will launch on the 11th of June in Iceland. It's a bold and necessary step because the climate crisis is not only an environmental crisis, it is a health crisis. It affects the air we breathe, what we eat, where we live, our very livelihoods, and ultimately, how we survive. I hope that many of you can join us virtually for the launch of the Commission. With 2/3 of Europe's population living in urban areas and cities being responsible for some 70% of global carbon emissions, city leadership is not just valuable, it is essential. We need city leaders to deliver effective adaptation and resilience to climate change, but also to reduce urban emissions of greenhouse gases and pollutants, particularly from transport and buildings, while delivering, of course, immediate health benefits for all. That is why I am especially proud to share that this new Commission will hear local government voices, anchoring its work in lived experiences, frontline realities, and inspiring examples to make progress at faster pace and larger scale. Let me be clear, the transition to healthy, resilient cities is not a choice. It is an imperative. And it calls for a new way of governing, a new way of collaborating, and a new way of preparing for the future. The Healthy Cities approach provides us with a roadmap. Health must be central to all policies. Participation must be meaningful, not a box-ticking exercise. We need real voices, especially from young people and those most effective. And above all, leadership matters. Cities must lead with courage and act with urgency. Today's session is a moment to reflect on this paradigm shift and to learn from each other. Because in the end, change happens through decisions, the ones you make every day in your cities, your councils, your communities, your homes. So I invite you not just to imagine a healthier, more resilient future, but to collectively keep building it. Be part of this movement, and this, friends and colleagues, is our shared responsibility. Because the future is not something we enter, the future is something we create.